The big interview which is going to come your way, the person who knew Sushant Singh Rajput in and out in the midst of his death mystery, Ankita Lokhande. She's spoken exclusively to our group editor Navika Kumar, and she's made revelations which are going to be key to put together and decoding what really happened to Sushant Singh Rajput. Was he forced and driven to suicide? What really led up to the point of him allegedly taking his own life? This person knows him for close to a decade now, and she tells us that he was lively, he was full of life, he was someone who was looking forward to living a life full to his fullest. But something changed in the midst of it all. Ankita Lokhande, the actor and also Sushant Singh Rajput's former girlfriend, has spoken to our group editor Navika Kumar. Let's get you a small excerpt and tell you how explosive this interview is.
अंकिता जी, तो सुशांत बदल भी सकता था आखिर के 4 सालों में, जो जब आप उन्हें नहीं जानती थी, नहीं टच में थी, कुछ तब्दीलियां उनकी ज़िंदगी में आ सकती थी। ये भी तो लोग कह सकते हैं कि इंसान बदलते हैं, उनकी लाइफ की चीज़ें बदलती हैं, दौर बदलते हैं और इंसान जो पहले था नहीं रहता। ये भी तो हो सकता है।
मैम, इंसान बिल्कुल होता होगा मैम। इंसान अगर बदलता है तो इंसान की तो फितरत है हर बार बदलना, मैं इसके लिए डिनाई नहीं कर, लेकिन इंसान जो अंदर से होता है वो तो नहीं बदलता ना मैम। उसका जो एक नेचर होता है वो तो नहीं बदलता। तो एक जो उसकी जिंदगी जीने की चाह जो थी वो तो नहीं बदल सकती ना मैम। उसको हमेशा से लगता था मैं ये करूं, मैं वो करूं। आप अगर उसकी मैं उसके अगर सोशल मीडिया पे वीडियोस देखूं तो उसने जो वीडियोस डाले, अपना गिटार बजा रहा है, अपना मेडिटेशन कर रहा है, आई सी हिम एज अ वेरी बैलेंस्ड मैन। आई एम वेरी श्योर लाइफ में चेंजेस सबके आते हैं, मेरे भी आए। जब 4 साल में वो गया, उसके बाद मैंने अपने आप को बहुत अलग अलग चीजों से जोड़कर अपने आप को फिर बनाया। मैं बदली, वो भी बदला होगा कहीं ना कहीं, लेकिन इस बदलाव का मतलब ये तो नहीं कि वो कुछ अपने साथ गलत कर ले। आई डोंट थिंक सो।
आपका दिल क्या कहता है, ये सुसाइड था या मर्डर?
मैम, मैं इसके बारे में अभी कुछ कमेंट नहीं कर सकती क्योंकि मैं उसके साथ थी नहीं उस वक्त। इन 4 साल में मैं कभी सुशांत के टच में नहीं रही या मैं जानती नहीं थी। बट मैं इतना जरूर कह सकती हूँ, अगर ये मर्डर है तो आई रियली वॉन्ट टू नो द रीजन कि ये क्यों हुआ है। और अगर ये सुसाइड है तो आई एम श्योर देयर हैज टू बी अ बिग रीजन बिहाइंड इट। आई एम वेरी श्योर देयर इज समवन आउट देयर हु नोज द ट्रूथ अबाउट इट। देयर इज समवन जिसको पता है कि ये रीजन क्या है सुसाइड का। क्योंकि सुशांत इतना कमजोर नहीं था कि वो किसी छोटी रीजन की वजह से या किसी प्रेशर की वजह से या कुछ ऐसी चीज, उसके देयर हैज टू बी अ बिग रीजन फॉर एवरीथिंग। तो मैं शायद यही डिमांड कर रही हूँ सबकी तरफ से, क्योंकि मुझे भी जानना है। जैसे मैं यही बोल रही हूँ कि आप जैसे बाहर से सुशांत को देख रही हैं, मैं 4 साल से वैसे ही सुशांत को बाहर से देख रही हूँ। मैं खुद सुशांत को नहीं जानती कि सुशांत इन 4 साल में कहाँ था, क्या कर रहा था, और आज ये सब हो रहा है। मैं उसकी फैमिली देख रही हूँ, दे ऑल आर ब्रोकन मैम, कंप्लीटली ब्रोकन। मतलब आज शायद मैं आगे मूव ऑन हो जाऊंगी, लेकिन उनकी फैमिली का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा कहीं चला गया है और मैं उनके लिए यहाँ पर हूँ। मैं चाहती हूँ सुशांत के लिए जो भी है, जो भी सच है वो हमें जानना है।
Well, the Sushant Singh Rajput death mystery is only deepening with each passing day. Several revelations have been made by stakeholders, those close to the actor and family. A person who knew Sushant Singh Rajput very closely for over half a decade has now shed more light onto the man that Sushant was. Lively, vibrant, full of life, someone who was looking forward to his life. But he says that something had changed. Ankita Lokhande, actor and Sushant Singh Rajput's former girlfriend, has spoken exclusively to group editor Navika Kumar. We're going to get you all these details of what she's given us. But let me go across to Navika. Navika, in the midst of the probe which is coming out, many are saying that it is this girl, the person who knew Sushant Singh Rajput for such a long time, may just know as to what these holes in the entire jigsaw part of the puzzle are.
That's right, Meghna. The fact of the matter is that as far as Sushant Singh Rajput is concerned, we're trying to get to people who knew Sushant Singh Rajput well. The mystery of his death is deepening with every single passing hour, and there are certain people who knew him as a person, and it is important to try and build what happened to Sushant Singh Rajput. What was he like when he first came into Bollywood? How did he develop people who he came into contact with? The family has made an FIR, a complaint. Riya Chakrabarti is the accused in that complaint. She's been alleged to be the person who's led Sushant Singh Rajput away from the family, and probably, possibly also got him into certain drugs that kind of got him, to tackle his mental health as well as his depression issues. So we're trying to get across to people who have an assessment. And Ankita Lokhande, a woman who he knew, he started his journey in Bollywood with her. They were in a relationship for 7 years, and today when I spoke with Ankita Lokhande, she's the person. 7 years they lived together. She is the person who calls Sushant Singh Rajput's father, Mr. KK Singh, she calls him Papa. And she says, फोन आते थे, फोन पर बात होती थी. She's been in touch with the family. She's in touch with the sisters of Sushant Singh Rajput. She continues to be in touch with them. Even when she broke up with Sushant over the last 4 years, she was in touch with the family. They were both in conversation about Sushant. So she is somebody who knew Sushant firsthand, what kind of a person Sushant was, whether he had any depressions, whether when he was a struggling star, did he have any pressures that were working on his mind? Because Sushant, many have said, was under pressure from large production houses. Is that a myth? She talks about the Karan Johars, she talks about the Aditya Chopras, she talks about the Sanjay Leela Bansalis. She speaks about that aspect of his career. Even Ekta Kapoor, Ankita Lokhande speaks about his spending habits, how he was, what kind of interests he had, how he was with spending money, what things he liked. She also talks about inside details of what he used to do in terms of penning his thoughts. Sushant, in his suicide, has not left a suicide note. And a very crucial aspect of the investigation of the suicide theory really depends on what the note could have said. There was no note. And Ankita talks about that angle. She talks about the fact that how she used to watch Sushant even after they broke up, how she followed his career graph. She talks about a lot of things. So Meghna, Ankita is a very, very crucial starting point of the entire Sushant saga, the files of Sushant investigation, because she could hold the key other than Riya Chakrabarti. And today, Ankita Lokhande has spoken about this. We'll play out. We are going to give you excerpts. We are going to give you the full interview at some point. But the point is, at this point, we need to know why Ankita Lokhande is so important at this point in time.